Hello people, and first of all, sorry for the bad lighting, but it's almost midnight now. And we just got home from a weekend trip. And tomorrow it's Monday again, so another working week. But what's positive is that either this week's Wednesday or at least the next week's Wednesday is gonna be the day of the big move. In other words, moving the milling machine and the lathe inside my new house's basement. And as you can see, I've got some mudslides going on to my basement ramp, and that's because it was quite a bit of a storm in here this weekend, and I was not able to see it because we were away, but certainly there's been a lot of rainfall. And actually right there, you cannot see it right now, but where my lathe is sitting outside on the old football field, there's about 10 centimeters of water on that field. And I've got some wood, pieces of wood under my lathe, and the water is right up to the lathe now. So, and there is also a reason for it. Maybe I can show it in another video when it's daylight time. But now let me show you the inside of the basement. Something has happened again. As you can see, there is a weird pipe coming under my door. And first of all, here you can see the steel plate that I installed, and I have used it quite a bit so far with about half of my machines, and it's been doing great. But now let's go inside and I'll show you what's going on. It says in Finnish that asbestos work is on the way here, and breathing the dust is dangerous. And this machine is quite loud, but I hope you can still hear me. On Friday evening, when we were already on our way, the asbestos removal guy came here again and removed the last plates of the wall, which is great. But then the next day he got sick, and he still hasn't come back to take apart the plastic walls. But he will come tomorrow. But I think I will call him and ask if I can do the if I can take apart this plastic wall, because there is no asbestos left in there. This vacuum unit has been working for 2 full days in a row now, so I think I should be able to do it myself. So I would save about 1 hour's work. But I will call him and ask if he thinks it's safe. But I just wanted to show you, this is how asbestos work is done in Finland the right way. And this is actually done to the latest standards. So the whole working area is covered with plastic wall, and there is this vacuum unit which produces a vacuum inside the whole working area. And before the work can begin, they must measure the amount of the vacuum inside, so there must be no air leaks in the plastic room. And if any occur, they must be fixed, of course. And I know there are also many other procedures that have to be done, but I'm not aware of them. And of course, the protection for the workers themselves are extremely sophisticated. The worker that's working here has been working with asbestos for like 15 years, and he just went to a medical examination and there is nothing in his lungs, even though he does this every day. So I would say it's pretty safe now for me and also for the workers. So there are still some asbestos pipes. I think I can show them to you. They are at the end of this corridor, and I need the asbestos insulation to be removed right here. This is the place where my dirty space is supposed to be, and you can see this is pretty nasty. Whoever did this work was not very clever at all, and I know in this pile of dirt there must be some asbestos dust, and I really don't want to touch it. So I want the same asbestos guy to come back here and take off all these insulations and plug this hole in the wall somehow. And by the way, our house used to power and heat the other school building in which our neighbors live at the moment, and these are the pipes that carried the heated water to the other building. But they are now out of order, and actually they are cut right there. And this is done how it should be done, but the other work is not. Actually, this work has been done by exactly the same guy that's now working here. But this is just terrible. I wonder if the guy doing that is still alive. And they also continue here through this wall, and these are also pretty well done. No problem with them, but I will still want them removed all the way. And also these air pipes, not sure what this would be called, but they are also asbestos. But I think I will leave them because there's been no damage to them. Okay. And as you can see, I have about half my machines inside. The universal grinder is here, and my saw press is here, and what else? You can see one of my plate supports is here. Whoops! It was actually standing next to this shelf, but the asbestos guy, I think he fell it down. And now let's go to the other side. I think I will now pause for a minute. Let me go to the other side. Okay, here we are at the other side now. And as you can see, I have my surface grinder in here without its table so far. And the lathe is here also. And it still actually works. Okay. And also my compressor is right there. And here you can see the other side of the plastic box. Come on, focus. Okay. So it looks pretty crude, but it should be holding quite a bit of vacuum. As you can see, the plastics are kind of bent inside from the middle. Okay. So, and actually why I have these machines here is because they fit through the door. They were narrow enough to fit through it, but I actually had to do something a little bit hazardous because the door had a piece of wood under it right here, and it also had a tiny bit of this minaret board on it, but by using my power hacksaw right here, I was able to remove the bottom piece by sawing between the minaret blades. So I was actually able to remove the wood with the minaret blade, I mean the board. So I made absolutely no asbestos dust, and I know that was quite a bit hazardous, but I knew the risks were pretty tiny, and I managed to do it perfectly, so happy with it. And that's how I managed to get these machines inside already. And I actually had to do it because on the other side there was no space for these machines, so I would have had to store them outside until this asbestos work was done. So, okay, step by step getting closer. Yes, and now that we are here, let me also show you some of the updates that's been going on in my heating room. I think I still didn't show you this new expansion tank. It's a brand new 200-liter expansion tank. I'm pretty happy with it. And it's got a new valve, 1-inch valve, and 2 safety valves at 1.5 bars. And then by using the same pipes, it was connected to the old system. And actually I had to shorten this pipe by about 10 centimeters or 4 inches. And I did a TIG weld to this pipe so I could make it shorter. And the heating system is now working perfectly. I'm using it about every other or every third day because it's not very cold yet in here. And as you can see, I've got a little bit of wood flooding inside because my old storage was getting pretty short. Okay, so I think this is enough talking, and because all of this machine moving happened quite a few days ago, and I have some video material from it which I think might actually be pretty interesting. I'm now gonna post it here, and also I have a short video about moving my milling machine outside, which I already did with a friend of mine, which was awesome. It was quite a bit of a wrestle actually. It took us about 4 hours to move it the distance of about 3 to 4 meters. So about 1 hour per 1 meter. But it is now outside. And as I told you, either in the Wednesday of this week or the next week, I'm gonna hire a truck with a large crane to do the moving and lifting. And that will pretty much complete the moving of all of my machines in here. But of course, before I can do the move, I have a lot of arranging work to do here. I have to empty almost all of the stuff in the other side, so I can fit the lathe and the mill inside. And also at the same time I hope to be able to remove all of the junk from this side. And I have also brought in some other kind of items. As you can see in here, I have some shelves which are pretty nice. They're actually supposed to be bookshelves, but because they are solid wood, 15 millimeters in thickness, I know they will hold as much weight as most sheet metal shelves. They have no doors, so they will get dust and chips on them, but I will have to place them somewhere where any chips will not fly. Okay, and about placing the machines, I think for now the lathe will go to the smaller side, and I think I will be happy with it in that side, so it will be easier to access later, and it will be easier to load some heavy stuff on it. And also I'm not sure if it would fit through that hole. I think it would actually, but I like it better in the other room. And also, as many of you suggested, I'm gonna turn it so that the tailstock will face to the door, so it will be easy to load it. Okay, and what else? The placing of the milling machine, I think I will also have to leave it to the smaller room because of just one thing. I think the floor casting is not strong enough on this side. I did some testing which proved me that the place in here where I intended the milling machine to go, I think it would not be strong enough. And the worst thing to happen, of course, is having the milling machine fall through the floor, which would be a disaster. So I know the floor is stronger on the other side, so that's where I'm gonna have to leave it for now. Maybe if it proves to be a bad place for it, I will somehow make it possible to move it here. But for now, both of the large machines are gonna have to stay in the smaller side. And I think now that I have most of the machines here, I will make some more precise 3D models on the SolidWorks and try to place them again, and also do the same thing with the shelves. But I have a fear of it being not accurate, and I think the final layout I will just have to figure out in real life. But I can get some idea beforehand with the SolidWorks models. Okay, enough for now. And now you're gonna get some action, which was done about 1 week ago. And the last thing I did was moving the milling machine with my friend. Okay, so I will now let you go and hope you like the following clips. And until the next video, which I think will be about moving the heavy machines, and that's gonna be very, very interesting. Okay, thanks for watching and see you soon. Okay, now it's interesting. Sorry. And this is the very first time that I'm actually using the excavator to lift something really heavy. And this universal grinder weighs pretty much exactly 1 ton, 1000 kilos. A little over 2000 pounds. Okay, I will throttle up just a little bit. And let's see how it handles this machine. No problem. Great. The beam cylinder just reached its limit. Let's use the other. Awesome. Great. Now let's see again. I'll lower it down a little bit and see if it really can lift it up. Yes, it can. Okay. Now I'm gonna need my both hands again, so let me get this machine inside. And this is the first of the 3 large machines. I have the press right here waiting for its turn. But first it's gonna be this machine, and then I'll figure out what to bring in next. Okay, we got it moved safely. And actually I have to say that I'm pretty impressed. I tested a little bit from how far this excavator can lift the grinder, and I didn't go all the way to about 5 or 6 meters that the beam would go, but I would say it's 4 to 5 meters away, much further than it is now, and it still lifted it without any issues. I'm not wise enough to understand what goes on with the leverages in the beam. I think the further out the cylinder is, the less power it has, more speed and less torque. Because when you move the beam down, I mean further, the beam also goes down and the cylinders go in. Actually, it must be the other way around with the center cylinder, but at least with this front cylinder, the lower the boom is, the better. So, okay, now let me get this grinder moved inside. I'll put some blocks under it, and then I will use the hydraulic forklift to move it inside. And here goes the 19611P lathe. This is a little bit heavier than the grinder, and it still goes just fine. Actually, I think I can now show you this is the heaviest of these 3 machines that I have. So let's see. Whoa, let's put the blade down. I don't blow a hose. Whoops. I guess that's the maximum. Not quite sure what happened, but the beam main cylinder started lowering itself. I hope I didn't blow a seal. Okay, let's see if we can actually, let's drive a little bit closer first. I think it was just a relief valve letting go because of too much pressure. Now we're closer. Let's see if the lathe noise again. Whoops, blade down. That's the maximum pressure that the system relief valve can take. I guess so. Okay, now let me get this moved. Okay, the lathe is now inside. And so is the universal grinder and the milling machine and the compressor. And I'm pretty exhausted right now. And still having a little bit cold. I wonder what I'm gonna feel like tomorrow. But tomorrow we will see. So here is the shop press made by me and the universal grinder. And there is still about 7.5 centimeters or 3 inches of gap below the door. And the upper side I already insulated, but I have to do something to the lower side. Okay. Now I'm really happy. Work is done for today. The surface grinder is still on the truck, but I don't care. I will move it tomorrow. I think I will still dry all of the machines because even though they were coated, they still got a little bit wet. Probably when I lifted them from my old workshop. Okay, thanks for watching, and I will provide you with some more videos soon. Thank you. Bye. Pulling out my milling machine. Coming out pretty nice. Not sure though if it's gonna fit through the door. Okay.